Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping straight into the dynamic future of workplace integration, specifically human-AI collaboration models in HR. This is a massive shift that's literally reshaping organizations from the ground up, and we're going to map out exactly how this entirely new landscape operates.
Okay, let's dive into this by addressing the giant robotic elephant in the room. As soon as we bring up artificial intelligence in the workplace, the immediate, completely panicked question on everyone's mind is always, wait, is AI replacing human jobs? Is HR about to be run entirely by a server rack? And hey, it's a totally natural fear. But when we actually look at the data and the frameworks driving the industry forward, we see a completely different, honestly much more empowering reality.
To really understand where we're going, we kind of have to look at where we've been. Traditional HR roles were, historically, defined by two major things: endless manual administration and, well, largely subjective decision-making. Now contrast that with modern HR. Thanks to AI-driven frameworks, we're no longer talking about replacement. It's evolved into a synergistic partnership. It's this complete shift from a manual past to a highly integrated, hybrid present where technology is strictly here to act as your partner. So, at its core, what are we actually talking about? Human-AI collaboration models represent the specific stage where HR professionals and intelligence systems actually work together to deliver strategic outcomes. Notice my emphasis on together, right? This is absolutely not about handing the keys over to a machine. It's about utilizing technology to powerfully, and I mean powerfully, amplify your own human expertise. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is exactly how that labor gets divided when you combine human empathy with algorithmic processing. Take recruitment and performance reviews, for instance. AI provides the data-driven recommendations, but you, the human, apply the contextual judgment. For workforce trends, the AI generates forecasts, but a human makes the final evidence-based decisions. And with mentorship? Sure, AI coaching assistants can deliver continuous feedback, but human mentors are the ones bringing that essential emotional intelligence and cultural alignment to the table. You can really think of these collaborative analytics platforms as the brains of the operation. Through AI-assisted decision-making, you're getting this highly predictive, automated, and scalable support system. Whether you're dealing with succession planning or performance reviews, the AI is back there continuously crunching the numbers to generate forecasts and data-driven recommendations. It's basically giving you a ridiculously detailed, real-time map of your entire workforce. But here is the absolutely crucial point. While AI brings an unprecedented, mind-boggling volume of data to the table, the human edge remains entirely irreplaceable. Algorithms are great at processing historical data, but human mentors provide the heart, the emotional intelligence, and that deep cultural alignment that code just simply cannot replicate. You're the one interpreting those insights. You're providing the vital context that ensures every decision is not just evidence-based, but genuinely human-centered. So how does all this abstract theory build into the actual day-to-day reality of the job? Well, it comes down to a concept called hybrid project orchestration. This is how the daily workload is literally divided up and managed in a modern HR environment. It's all about orchestrating these two very different elements, the human and the machine, so they play together in perfect harmony. In this orchestration, AI becomes your ultimate administrative muscle. It takes on the highly repetitive tasks, it handles the complex scheduling, and let's be totally honest with ourselves here. We can all appreciate a smart system taking over compliance checks and manual payroll audits. I mean, I certainly don't know anyone who jumps out of bed deeply excited to do a payroll audit. By letting the AI handle those tedious, repetitive processes, it fundamentally changes the very nature of the human workload. And because the AI is handling all that heavy lifting of administration, HR leaders can finally take a breath. Just think about the profound relief of being freed from that endless mountain of manual paperwork. You are now unleashed. You can focus entirely on what actually matters: high-level strategic initiatives, deep employee engagement, and building a thriving organizational culture. Your whole focus shifts from just keeping the lights on to genuinely building the future of the company. But I hear you asking, how do we ensure this all remains safe and accountable? Well, the Human-in-the-Loop framework offers a critical three-step process for exactly that. Step 1. The AI generates a predictive output or recommendation. Step 2. A human expert reviews and validates that output based on real-world context. And Step 3. The human finalizes an accountable decision. It's a system that perfectly balances high-speed efficiency with vital human oversight and accountability. At the end of the day, you always hold the reins. What makes this framework so incredibly resilient is that it isn't rigid. Actually, scratch that, it's highly dynamic.
We call these adaptive collaboration models, meaning the partnership automatically evolves depending on the complexity of a specific task. If it's a simple, straightforward data pull, the AI leans in. But if it's a highly sensitive, complex cultural issue, the model shifts to rely heavily on human intervention. It constantly adjusts the balance.
When you orchestrate all these elements together, the narrative shifts completely. AI isn't the replacement, AI is the co-pilot of HR project management. It sits right next to you, handling the navigation and checking the instruments, while you, the HR professional, are the pilot. You're the strategic hero actively steering the organization toward its final destination. Technology is simply there to amplify your expertise.
This entire narrative arc ties together perfectly around one core idea. By positioning human-AI collaboration as a strategic project, it creates the exact environment where, and I love this quote from the source material, efficiency, empathy, and foresight converge to create resilient HR practices. Efficiency from the AI, empathy from the human, and foresight from the powerful combination of both.
Which leaves us with this final, pressing thought for today's explainer. This integration isn't some distant sci-fi future. It's already happening. The models are built, the data is flowing, and those mundane tasks are just waiting to be automated so you can finally focus on strategy and culture. The synergistic future is here right now. So the only question left to ask is, are you ready to meet your new AI co-pilot?